is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we are
Hill City on the other side.
Paranormal. On the other side.
With Hill City Paranormal.
Paranormal podcast.
On the other side.
Messing me up.
With Hill City Paranormal.
Paranormal on the other side?
We're Paranormal Hill City.
Hill City on the other
side? On
the
other side. We're paranormal.
Oh my God. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. All right. Who we got in here? We got a few people. We are 1 hour earlier than normal. I hope everybody got the memo. I apologize for the late notice, but we have a case we've been working on. And we have been asked to be there at 9 p.m. on the dot. So that would just, we live.
We live, baby.
Daryl Paulette with the Spirit of Clover Hill and the historical Appomattox County Jail.
Appomattox.
Also, Bedford Paranormal.
We
saw them over this weekend at an awesome, whole vibey, metaphysical festival type deal here in Virginia. And it was like a whole vibe in the woods.
My favorite part was listening to Bedford Paranormal.
But they were having a open discussion, live Q&A, if you will. And when I tell you, just walking into this festival
Bedford Paranormal
was a whole vibe. Okay, it was a whole vibe. Yay! Psychic medium Rhonda Harris. Hi. Hey, Becky, the other half of Daryl Paulette. It was good seeing you this past weekend. But yeah, they had a really good live Q&A towards the end. People were kind of walking up this big hill, trying to escape, but we didn't let them. We're not going to let our friends go down like that.
Nope. Never going to give you.
You're coming to the table. You are speaking.
You down.
We got to the point where we were just asking people to start telling us ghost stories. I have learned over the weekend that I need to enunciate some of the words I say.
You definitely sounded like you called a girl fat.
Sean is claiming I called somebody fat over a megaphone.
I didn't say you called her fat. I said it sounded like you called her fat.
I said, girl, you are fast.
Yeah, but it sounded like fat. And then Becky, you should have seen Becky's face when you said it. She went.
Hey, yes, we saw Cody and his lovely other half and the kids and everybody. That was great. Yes, it was a blast.
It was.
Hey, Big Toy Graphics. Thanks. Hey. I appreciate it.
So you got it. When you're on the mic or one of those loudspeakers, you better enunciate because it really did sound like you said that.
I'm from California and I just speak how I speak. So if she took it like I called her fat, then she has a complex.
Yeah, I definitely.
Because I'm fat.
I definitely.
So here we are.
Yeah, well, I am too. But I definitely ain't trying to throw hands at one of these little.
I would never intentionally call somebody that. I don't fat shame
That'd be
people.
terrible to get to squab it at.
Cody. She was not. The person she was with was on the heavier side. And so this is where...
Hey, I'm like Humpty. Hey, fat girl, come here. Are you ticklish?
I am so done.
Look, people will get offended here. Look.
But I don't think she got offended because when I said, oh my God, you're fast, she turned around and started laughing and smiling.
Everybody at the table thought
But everybody at the table thought I said, hey girl, you're fat.
Yeah, man, you over here calling people fat shaming people. In 2025, guys, you can't do that.
I was not fat shaming.
People literally will cancel you for that.
I was not fat shaming.
Which I don't care.
I'm not fat shaming.
You can't cancel us. We don't care. But still, we're not that rude, people. We're not.
No.
I promise you.
But if the girl is in here and you thought that I called you fat, I did not call you fat. I said you were fast. F-A-S-T. Fast.
That was terrible.
And she was, because
she was fast. It's like somebody put a motorboat in her back.
I said, hey, you, come here. Look, my little finger.
Let me see that. I got some in my nose.
No, this is my new pointer, guys. All right. Anyway, yeah, I asked her to come to the table and she skedaddled. Y'all, she hop, skipped, and jumped out of the festival like she was gone. So I think it was a Chuck she was wearing. She was wearing a cute pair of Chucks.
Some girl had on some Chucks that looked like WWE wrestling boots. I want a pair of them. They were cool.
Sam from Wyoming, I heard y'all got snow.
Sammy.
Did you get snow? Pointer is so cool. I'm so excited. It's the little things in life,
I need one with the middle finger up.
There isn't one. But there's a skeleton hand.
I would like one with the other finger.
Yes, Cody, I'm going to leave it just at that comment right there.
Because since Cody's in here and Becky and Brother Daryl's in here.
Very interesting things out there.
I got a question. I'm new to the whole, what's it called? Metaphysical thing. What's up with the get off me? What's up with the costumes? I felt left out.
It's Halloween.
Was it because it's not Halloween?
Halloween is a whole vibe. I'm gonna need you to get with the program. Halloween starts at the first leaf fall.
First of all, damn it, you can look at our front yard and tell me I'm not in Halloween vibe. I'm all in the Halloween spirit. I just don't understand the costumes.
Look.
Like, was I supposed to dress up? Nobody told me I was supposed to dress up.
Cody said it was basically like a Ren fair.
I don't know what that is either.
But if you read the post, they did done said to wear your best costume. Michael Brooks, FPRI.
What's up, Michael?
1 month. 1 month from tomorrow, Michael Brooks, and it's on.
Put that hand away.
This is my hand.
First of all, what's her name's gonna come in here with that pink hand and shut you down?
No, I have a big white hand.
Literally. So, all I'm saying.
1 month, Rhonda Harris, from tomorrow.
And Rhonda's gonna be running from me.
And I'm gonna bring the hand. I'm gonna be like, did you guys see that ghost? It's over there.
And you're gonna hit me with it because it's gonna be dark and you can't see as it is.
I can't see, guys. I'm blind. All right. But yeah, there was a lot of interesting stuff out there. There was the crazy, yes, the finger of doom. It was there was like a crazy plant lady. There was tinctures, herbs, candles, tarot readings. I
did buy a candle.
There was so much stuff. There was food. There was coffee that was there from like Dragon something or other coffee. And like,
shout out Miss Tasty.
Miss Tasty.
I like that name.
She said that she was making like Japanese style coffee. And what she did is she yes, there was brooms. There was homemade witch brooms. Becky's broke down. You and
Becky should have got on the broom and took a picture.
Becky's broom broke down, guys. She had to buy a replacement. Unfortunately, they do not offer Assurian protection on witch brooms, but that's okay. Allstate claims they cover everything. Maybe they'll cover this.
Hey, Allstate's good. I'm cool with Allstate right now.
We got some wax. It had some decent looking stuff, but a lot of it wasn't my style. Now, I want to bring up the guy. I'm going to bring up my finger for this.
I'm with you,
the guy with the walking sticks. Who in the comments saw the guy with the homemade walking sticks?
Yeah, it had a booty plug in it.
One of them had a adult toy. I don't know if I'm going to get canceled on YouTube for this. An adult toy for a woman's rear end on the top of it. And I about fell out. So, of course, me being the person I am, I had to ask. I said, is that a butt plug? And he said, yes. He says, I named this the Judgment. I was dead. Y'all, you could have bought my face for a penny. I almost fell out. I was dying. I was laughing. And then he turned around. He said, and you can smoke out of it.
That was a big butt plug. I don't know who's rolling with that thing.
That's actually a normal size.
I mean, dang.
That's a normal size.
If you can get that thing up there, you a bad mofo.
It's a normal size.
I mean, that would take some
Do we
work.
need to go to TG's? It's a normal size. They make bigger.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. But his walking sticks were fully equipped as smoking apparatuses. This guy was 3 sheets to the wind when he created these guys. It was great. It was great.
You sure do know a lot about those devices.
I mean, is what it is.
If you get down like that, that's, hey.
I do not. I just know a lot.
You can never pass gas. It would just be a...
All right.
It'd be a gust of wind.
All right. I do not partake in these, but no pun intended. You are so dumb. You are so dumb, I swear.
Oh, that's terrible.
Anyway, so yes, homemade walking sticks. Very interesting. Dream catchers.
I had a nightmare after I saw that thing.
But I'm going to tell you what, my favorite part, there was like this bench in the middle, and they had like the walkways lined with candles, guys. What is this?
It was
Finally caught your live. I ended up getting that GS2 you showed me at the Liberty Theater. Awesome.
Hey, I remember. Yeah.
Adam, by the way, Liberty Theater, I'm gonna put a plug in here, guys. Most of you guys are friends with me on Facebook. Please go over to my page. I've put up a change.org. They are trying to shut down the Liberty Theater right now, and they are asking for as many signatures on this day. The city of Nantiglow, or the town of Nantiglow. You know what, Daryl? He's probably at a cookout. He's at a cookout.
Daryl, you already know where he's at.
Anyway.
Somewhere with his feet up.
Yes, Adam. The town of Nantiglow. So long story short, to summarize it, they were going for a grant for renovations to reopen and restore the Haunted Liberty Theater and turn it into a museum. And basically,
we were just talking about this last week.
A tourist attraction for the town. It holds a lot of historical value to Nantiglow. Long story short, they took it in front of the board, and 3 out of 5 of the board members voted against it, told them nobody's ever going to go to the Liberty Theater. It's absolute waste of time, and signed, sealed, delivered, denied. So long story short, the kind lady that we met from the Nantiglow Historical Society, Lindsay's mom, left there in tears, which broke my heart, because I genuinely believe that like her heart is in wanting to preserve history in that location. I spoke with her for a lengthy period of time while we were there. Long story short, they go back on the 22nd of October. And if they can come up with so many signatures on this petition, and Lindsay, Angel, Liberty Theater, myself, I know Doss House, and Unique Paranormal have all shared this petition. If we can get as many signatures as possible, that would be phenomenal.
Even if you've never been, please sign it, because we just talked about this last week about preserving the history of places.
Very pathetic. Oh, I did my finger wrong. Very pathetic, Adam.
Yeah, but Adam, I'm glad you went out and got it. Let me know what results you get with it, if you like it or not.
Adam, are you friends with Lindsay and Angel? Or friends with the Haunted Liberty Theater page, or Dark Hollow Paranormal?
Hell, if you follow us.
Or if I shared it on our podcast page. It's shared on our podcast on the other side, as well as Hill City Paranormal. All of those pages have shared it. Mine says final call alert or something like that on it. Let me see what it says. Urgent call to action is what it says. Save the Nantiglow PA Haunted Theater. Okay. We need to keep its doors open and its spirits active. It is free to sign the petition. Now, there are options. If you want to donate a small amount of money, it adds so many signatures to it, or however that works. So if you choose to do that, that's cool. But your signature itself is free, and your one signature helps. So if you could please go and do that, that would be
I'm gonna add a donation.
Great.
Yeah,
I did.
I think it's just it's terrible, man. They try to erase history every single day. We as investigators, pretty soon we're not gonna have nowhere to investigate, y'all.
Yeah.
So it's our duty.
Hey, Lois.
Hey, Lois. It's our duty as investigators to help preserve history and stop this nonsense.
Michelle Wilfong, The Haunted Apartment.
Check out her YouTube, y'all. She's got some dope stuff on her channel.
Thank you, Adam. Yes. And yeah, share it. I mean, even if you don't want to take the time to sign it, guys, sharing it out just helps.
It puts eyes on everything. So that's just as important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bringing awareness to it.
And if you haven't been to the Haunted Liberty Theater, guys, you are missing out. That place is crazy work.
Especially when it's just 2 people in there.
Man. I mean, upstairs has me stumped. I got so many questions upstairs.
I might post our investigation of that.
That would be great. I think that would be great.
Yeah. Courtney and I went in there by ourselves. And
we were the night before. And
very active location.
Kind of creepy.
Very, very active that night. Especially upstairs in the doll room.
Yes. The doll room is what has me stumped.
It was active during the day, during the Paracon.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of people was running and disappearing, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? We got action.
I started a whole investigation upstairs.
But y'all investigating. There's a whole para expo
Sorry,
going
guys.
on. And
If Dark
Courtney and all these women are running upstairs. Like, what the hell are y'all doing?
I started a whole investigation.
Y'all
in the
investigating during this para expo
because I really had questions from the night before.
Courtney, a bad example, but it was
the only thing bad is my hair right now.
It was some crazy stuff going on up there, though. From what I understand, I didn't go up there.
Yeah, there's
I had to hold down our table. I didn't get to have fun and investigate.
Cody, Haunted Liberty Theater has the largest Barbie collection on the East Coast upstairs. True story.
It's wild. They got dolls everywhere.
And there is something up there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the dolls that are haunted.
No, it was in a corner with nothing in it.
I believe there is something that is attached to the dolls that doesn't want to leave the dolls alone up there. So, yeah, it's on change.org. I should be able to send you the link. I can find out for you.
And that basement of that theater is pretty cool too. We had a lot of action in that basement. So definitely a location that's worth going to. Definitely a great team that hosted. Angel and Lindsay are great people.
Dark Hollow
Paranormal. I was trying to talk long enough to remember the name of the team. I'm terrible with team names, y'all. I remember Angel and Lindsay though. I remember them.
I'm gonna try to post this.
I'm terrible with the names of the team, but yes, they are great people, and they're awesome. Yeah, she's gonna. Courtney's posting the link now.
I just posted the link in the chat, guys. Link is in the chat. Wyatt went in 10 different. Oh! I see what it did. Okay. Yes, link is in the chat.
Yes, you will find it.
I don't know why that went in 2, but I wonder if you click on that link.
So the whole reason why we're going live early tonight, y'all, is because we have to investigate the historic Sandusky house one more time before we host the investigation. That is a new location to us, and we're opening it up to the public.
We need to add this to our list. Now, Adam, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to put out a disclaimer. I am like a 3-time of seeing your name before I remember that you are Haunted Horizons Paranormal. But we keep a list, and then until we don't need a list anymore.
I usually remember it on the first go around.
He's full of shit. Adam Stone. Haunted. I like that name. Haunted Horizons.
Let's officially welcome Adam Stone with Haunted Horizons Paranormal Society.
That was family, my noise effect.
I met them at the Para Expo.
Para United
Expo. And so yeah, we're Adam, we talk a lot of crap every week. We have a good time.
Got it.
And
got it on my little list.
In this podcast, I'm warning you, we try to keep it as real as possible. We speak what we believe.
Thank you, Cody.
Whether you agree or disagree, we still love everyone. There's people in here that will agree. There's people in here that will disagree with us. And guess what? We don't care. We love everybody. You can speak your opinion.
Well, I already like her because her name's Courtney.
Welcome.
Spirit Seekers. Howdy.
Seekers. Yes, in this room.
Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you.
In this room, you can speak your mind. And again, if you agree or disagree, or we agree or disagree, we don't care. We still love everyone here. And we're all still friends. I've got friends in here that we talk on the phone with after the show and before the show. And we'll have conversation whether we agree or disagree. I feel like nobody's right or wrong. And a lot of these conversations is all opinion based because none of us really know anything about paranormal. We just basically do our research and go based on what we find. So, Robert Ebert, we are live, baby.
Yes, love and light. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, guys. We have to stand united and save these locations.
Speaking of saving the location, tonight,
yes,
we are investigating the historic
and we will be We will be.
And tonight we're going to be live, baby. We're going live on our TikTok tonight. So the reason why we're investigating tonight is because I don't believe in hosting an event at a location if it's not haunted, and we haven't personally thoroughly investigated this location. So I will say the evidence that we have found. Ron Wood, shout out Booze. He is the owner of Booze Paranormal. He is a great equipment maker. He's made a lot of the equipment that I use.
At Hill City Ghosts, plural.
Yes, he made a lot of the equipment that I use. I call him when I want equipment made that I create out of the top of my head. Great guy. Go follow Booze Paranormal. He's got some great stuff. And
CVPS, Central Virginia Paranormal Society.
Virginia. I can't speak highly enough of Ron Wood.
Hey, Karen.
He makes some great stuff. I use it myself. And he's about the only equipment maker I can think of that I actually advertise. Actually. So go holler at Booze Paranormal. Talk to Ron. Tell him I sent you.
Yes.
But Historic Sandusky, another location.
Mama D.
Mama, I love you. Got my mom in the house.
Yes.
So with the Historic Sandusky is another one that I was always afraid of going into some rich person's hands. Nothing against rich folks, but rich people do dumb shit. They tear down historic locations. They turn them into apartments, or they just level them and put a Walmart or a Dollar General there.
Thank you, Robert.
And we're tired of it. And so,
hey, little man,
to preserve history, tell little man I said, what's up? We are hosting live investigations to donate money to preserve the historic Sandusky house.
I'm really distracted by our Halloween decoration.
Historic Sandusky was the location of the Union headquarters in the 1864 Battle of Lynchburg. And so far, we've investigated. We've gotten EVPs. We've heard a lot of footsteps. Some REM pod activity. Voices.
Spirit box.
And a hell of a spirit box session. The best spirit box session that I've ever had. And I'm not.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you.
I'm not telling you this stuff to sell the location. The location's already been sold out. So, but the spirit box session, if you go to our TikTok, it's probably the best responses I've ever heard. I directly asked the spirit box, if you can see me, what color am I? And it responded clear as day, African American. I've asked it who owns the house. It clearly answered the homeowner's name of the house. From that time period, it's been great. But the coolest thing that happened thus far, I was out to dinner with Bedford members of Bedford Paranormal. It was Ronnie, Daryl, the lovely Becky, and
there's a trick.
I forgot Ronnie's stepson's name. Noah.
Can't forget Noah.
And Chris Mendez, Courtney, and we were all decided one night last week that we were going to show Chris the historic Sandusky house. And we decided to walk around the grounds. And all of a sudden, Chris pulls out his camera and just starts filming for his TikTok channel. Well, fast forward to past weekend, we're sitting at dinner. Chris calls me, Sean, go check out my TikTok. I caught something in the window. So I pull up TikTok, and his lieutenant, he's a police officer, his lieutenant had told him,
Milo,
you caught something in the window, and you see a person just walk across the window, like out of nowhere. The crazy part about that was just a few seconds prior to that, Courtney and I said, hey, we saw something in the window. And Courtney's going to pull up the video and let y'all see it.
I'm going to try to pull up the video.
Oh, all of a sudden, bam, it's right there in the window. Oh, God,
it's about to be loud. Hold on.
Yeah, it's going to be really loud. Maybe.
Hold on.
Maybe. So Courtney's going to pull up the video now for y'all. Hang tight. I want to see how many people catch it, though, before I point it out.
Right here?
Yep.
All right, hold on.
So she's loading queuing the video up now.
Yeah. All right. So, Lord, I got to figure out how to do this. Oh, there we go. Share screen. All right.
Yeah, Daryl, it was a really cool catch. None of us thought it would catch it like that, but
All right, guys. I'm about to pull it up. Can you guys see it? Let me know in the comments.
y'all see the screen share?
Okay, there we go. Oh, it's not big though. How do I make it big?
I think it's the biggest it can get.
What is a floating player? I don't know. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna play.
So pay attention to the the fourth window over on the top floor. The one with the light in it.
I got you real quick. This is a quick behind the scenes of walking around. It's an awesome looking mansion. It's called the Sandusky House here in Virginia. This thing's great. It's pretty cool. I'm here with Sean and Courtney. And now we're just checking the area. I've investigated this property before. And
I saw it.
what is it?
The woman. It was that woman that they see.
Really?
She just moved again.
Where? Upstairs?
So everybody sees a woman on the top of the steps. That's like the number one.
All right, I'm gonna play it one more time, guys. So the beginning. Wish there was a way I could slow it down.
I got you real quick. This is a quick behind the scenes of walking around. It's an awesome looking mansion. It's called the Sandusky House here in Virginia. This thing's great. It's pretty cool. I'm here with Sean and Courtney. And now we're just checking the area. I've investigated this property before. And
I saw it.
what is it?
The woman. It was that woman that they see.
Really?
She just moved again.
Where? Upstairs?
So everybody sees a woman on the top of the steps.
Oh, Robert said, "Yep." Cody gave a thumbs up. I seen it.
So that was pretty cool to actually see somebody walking around in the house. Now, mind you, that house is locked down by security code. That was at like 2:00 in the morning.
Rhonda caught it.
That was at like 2:00 in the morning. Nobody was on the grounds. There were no other cars there than ours. And yeah, I don't know.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Tell little man I said good night. But yeah, that was pretty wild to actually see, a figure. And the crazy part was Courtney and I saw it. We didn't see the person, but we saw somebody move in the window. And that's the number one claim, is that there's a woman that walks in the window. She's seen in the window, and she's also seen at the on the stairway as well. That's like the number one claim. If you go to our YouTube, I did a whole documentary of one of the workers there, and that's her claim, is that she sees that all the time. So I'm going tonight to see if I can talk to that woman.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll speak to me.
Which, guys, I do want to put in. Yes, Howie. Yes.
Yeah.
So Supernatural Untold Story on TikTok.
Yeah, follow Supernatural Untold Story. His name is Chris Mendez. He's actually got a lot of great content he's about to air on the Signal Network. And he's supposed to be posting some videos with yours truly here.
I don't know. I be wilding out during investigations. So, yeah. He's threatening to put something in there, and I told him it will be the last thing he does on Signal Network. And we're just going to leave it at that.
But yeah, he's got some great content, y'all. So if you haven't if you're on TikTok and you haven't followed Supernatural Untold Stories.
Oh yeah, it is a supermoon tonight. We have not investigated Sandusky during a supermoon yet.
Yes.
But guys,
I can't wait to do a spirit box.
Let me put a disclaimer out there. So, prior to us even agreeing to do the event this coming weekend, we had already determined that this was an active location. What we are doing tonight is going in there one more time. We've been conducting a personal, it's on TikTok. Howie, it's on TikTok. I could send it to you or have Sean send it to you. But we're doing a personal time experiment. So each night we've gone in there, and we've gone in there during the day, morning, midday. Hey, Grammy, are you a Grammy yet?
Shout out Unique Paranormal
And
1.5 in the house.
The Haunted Doss House.
And the owner of the Haunted Doss House. And if you've not booked the Doss House, you are missing out. In Laredo.
I hope you're not a Grammy yet after I seen her eating them pickles earlier, because her stomach is going to be upset if she went into labor. Because she was down in a whole jar of pickles.
Yes, Shauna.
But we are praying. I'm praying for a smooth delivery. Shauna is safe and sound in Oklahoma, waiting to be a grandma.
But she is co-owner of
the Grammy
Haunted Doss House.
Yes.
In Laredo, Pennsylvania. Great location. Awesome. And another one with a great price on it.
Yeah, but we're doing a time experiment. So we've gone in at like 10 a.m. and investigated. We've gone in at like 2 p.m. We've gone in at 10 p.m. We've gone in at midnight. And right now we're going to do a 9 p.m. I know that's like a weird time, but we have not done a supermoon. So that is why we're going in tonight. But we will be live on TikTok around, we get there at 9. Most of the time we like to introduce ourselves to the spirits of the house, kind of get acquainted, settled in, and then we'll go live. So probably between 9 and 9:30, we'll be live.
And Historic Sandusky.
Yeah, it's drizzling.
Historic Sandusky is so cool. Thomas Jefferson visited there in 1817.
It's Dolly.
And during the war, President McKinley was there when he was on Hunter's staff. It was really cool.
Yes. But we're about 30 minutes into our show, and Mama D, are you still here? I got the long hand. I have to get something to watch at work tonight. I see. That's why y'all are awesome. Yes. Make your coworkers jump in. Just be like, hey, we have nothing better to do.
Cody, we appreciate the support.
Yeah. I thought it was great. I always love running into people. I really do, especially out in public. I was not expecting to run into Cody this weekend, and it was awesome. So Cody was one of our recent winners of our live giveaways.
We live, baby.
We do giveaways on our live. And yeah, I moved over to the other side so I can see videos better. Lois, I don't know what's going on. Sometimes Hill City Paranormal messes up, sometimes on the other side. But
she wants to see the
Mama
comments.
D. Okay, there she is. All right. So Mama D has asked us to talk about a topic tonight, and I want to make sure that I cover it for her before she jumps off and goes to bed, because older people be going to bed early.
Mom be falling asleep.
But she wanted us to cover a topic. I didn't expect to see anyone there. I really did. Right. That's what happened to us. I didn't even know it existed. But like I said, whole vibe. Lois, we can repost it for you on Facebook. Yeah, we'll repost it. The video. But anyway, Mama D has asked us to talk about a topic about signs from deceased loved ones. And for those of you that have been following us for a while, you will know that I had author Sin Schrader Hill on our show. She writes excellent books. And one of her most recent books is Signs from Beyond. And so highly recommend you check her out. Her books are available on Amazon. But sometimes, a lot of the time when we lose a loved one, we don't always pay attention to the little signs that let us know that they're still with us. Okay. But signs from deceased loved ones come across as in various forms. So it could be a sensory experience. It could be through objects and events, or it could be through emotional and spiritual connections. Okay. A lot of signs come through as sensory experiences, such as through dreams, smells, feeling like they're there, hearing their voice, seeing feathers or other objects. People have also reported like electrical disturbances, the flickering of lights, seeing a repeat of numbers or other like synchronicities. So those experiences are interpreted as a way for the departed to send comfort and reassurance. And that's the one thing that I want to emphasize on. Not all flickering lights and not all shadows and hear disembodied voices and things like that are all meant to harm you. It could be a loved one there offering you comfort and reassurance, especially if it's somebody who just recently departed. Okay. But to break it down, sensory experiences could be dreams, which is seeing or talking to a loved one in a dream. Most of the time, they feel very real. You'll wake up and you'll feel like it really just happened. And, you're getting that whole let me pinch myself to see if I'm awake. That's often considered a visitation or a message from them. So pay attention. If a departed loved one visits you in a dream, pay attention to what's going on. If you're having a conversation or a specific interaction, it could very well be a message. Might not be a verbal message. It might be a visual message, or a song or something like that. Definitely pay attention to what's going on in those dreams. Next thing is a smell. A familiar scent, like a perfume or a food, or appearing unexpectedly can also be a sign of their presence. I will tell you guys right now, when my mom passed away, her smell, her favorite smell was the most peculiar smell that I have ever smelled. And I've never, still to this day, smelled it since then. Okay. But it was gardenia. And when my mom passed, for a very, very brief time, I smelled gardenia. And for those that have never smelled a gardenia flower, it has a very distinct smell. Okay. Cody said after my papa passed away, we smelled his pipe in the living room for almost a year. Yeah, tobacco is a big thing. Brian comes to me a lot. Yes, Lois, messages, comfort. When Graham passed away this past June, I had a dream that she was handing the keys to her house. My mom and I are buying the house and we're close on closing. Oh, yay. I love that. That is awesome. I love hearing that. That was a warm and fuzzy moment for me.
That's really cool.
Yes. So then you go on and you've got physical sensations, a gentle breeze, a tingle, a sense of touch, when there's actual no physical source that could have caused it.
Call them spider webs.
Things like that. Or the spider webby feeling. That's more the spider webby feeling, I feel, is more of an electrical charge letting you know that there's an energy in the room. But then hearing. You might hear your loved one's voice, or you might hear their favorite song. Like every time you get in your car, you start it and bam, their favorite song comes on, or another familiar sound unexpectedly. Okay. Then moving on to objects and events. All right. Feathers, coins, rocks. Finding these specific objects in your path can be interpreted as a message or a comforting symbol from your deceased loved one. So pay attention. Electrical disturbances, flickering lights, changing TV channels, or other unusual electronic activity. This can be perceived as their energy interacting with the physical world and saying, hey, hi, I'm still here with you. Synchronicities. I pay attention to those quite a bit over the last couple weeks. I have been seeing 11, 11, 11, 11. Everywhere I go, it's 11, 11. But noticing repeating numbers or seemingly random coincidences that might feel meaningful can be seen as a sign or a signal from a deceased loved one. So pay attention to that. If you know that somebody passed away at, 222 and you keep seeing 222 somewhere, that could be something. Adam said, I drive my grandpa's truck and can smell his scents every time I drive it. End up inheriting the truck on their will. There you go. Adam, you're just banking on signs from above.
He's getting a lot of them.
Sean, do you remember the story I told you about the house fire and my house fire and my dad?
Yeah, you thought your dad was smacking you, and there was nothing to trip over, but he was really trying to get you down. so you wouldn't get the smoke. Yeah, I mean that's very possible.
I
Is that
mean,
something he would do in real life? To
yeah,
get low. 'Cause I remember, yeah, because you were telling me there was nothing for you to trip over, and you kept tripping, and he was really trying to get you under the smoke. See,
yeah.
I pay attention, Carl. Pay attention, brother.
Hair on the back of your neck rising when you sit in their personal chair, that's a really good sign there. I also have told this story on the podcast before. Right after my mom passed away, I was driving up the road and the cars in front of me slammed their brakes, and I did not and could not have had enough time to react. Like, I just knew I was going to smack. I hit my brakes, but the way they all slammed and the speed that we were going, um I would not, I was getting ready to hit. And so I tensed up. I remember tensing up, putting both hands and just bracing myself for the impact. And I felt two hands on my shoulder, like squeeze my shoulders, almost like somebody was giving you a back massage. I remember relaxing and I came to a stop right as the car in front of me moved. I missed them by inches. And I genuinely sat there for a second and said, "Thank you, Mom." Because I just knew in my heart of hearts that that was my mom keeping me out of that accident and keeping me safe. Because it could have potentially not been good. After my brother passed, he whispered in my ear. He also came as a chocolate colored butterfly and lingered while our mother caressed him. What butterfly do you know lingers and lets you caress it? I don't know, Sean. Would you like to tell your butterfly story from the other day? Because that one was chocolate covered as well.
Yeah, I was in the yard putting up my Halloween decorations, and the butterfly landed right on my chest,
And I told Sean to pet it.
yeah, and it let me actually pet it for a while, and then it just went away.
Yep. True story. This just happened 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Sean looked down because the butterfly landed on him and he looked down like, "What the hell?" And I said, "Pet it." And he took the top of his finger and pet the butterfly. I want to say it was 3 times, down, down, down. And then he dropped his hand and he looked at it and it flew away. And it was also chocolate covered. It was brown spotted butterfly. Yes, Paul, we started early tonight. We have a case we're working on. So I am sorry for that. I did make a post as soon as I found out that they wanted us out there. But you're here. Hi, Debbie Cushman. And if the hair is there, hello to the hair.
The hair, what's up?
The other thing that you can pay attention to as well is emotional and spiritual connection. So sense of presence. You might feel a strong sense of a loved one's presence around you, even if you can't pinpoint why. These encounters often bring you a strong sense of peace or comfort, serving as a reminder of their spiritual presence. Okay. So again, that goes back to, like I was saying, I felt the hands on my shoulders. I knew I was wrecking. I just knew I was about to total this car. And it was just an overwhelming sense of calm, and stuff like that. So physical touch, familiar sense, vivid dreams, synchronicities, finding objects, seeing animals that hold special meaning is also another one. Definitely just pay attention to those signs from deceased loved ones. They're everywhere. We just have to make sure that we're in tune with our spiritual side enough to realize that they're here. Okay. Yes. Rhonda, songs and song lyrics too. I touched on that very briefly. If you get in the car and you start your car, and every time you start your car, that same song is on, there's a reason. Wasn't there a horror movie like that? Every time,
1408.
or like 1408. Yeah. Or every time, it started over, that same song. That, on the other hand, was not a deceased loved one, but I think it was like, wasn't it like Christine or something? The song kept popping on in the car. Let's see. My best friend made my plant sway back and forth when there was no wind from a breeze in the room. Yeah, that would be a good sign as well. A lot of us don't pay attention to the physical objects. I do want to touch on that before we go to our next quick topic, before we get off here. I was always taught, and I'd love Rhonda Harris's input on this. I was always taught, if you find a penny, pick it up, and all the day you'll have good luck. But there was a caveat to that little rhyme. If it was on tails, you were supposed to flip it for heads and leave it for the next person to pick up. So finding coins is a little bit of one of those. I don't know if I would necessarily pay attention to that per se, but a recent investigation that we did at Rainworth Lodge.
Rainsworth.
Okay. We were in there, and I cannot make this up, guys. I kept finding change to the point where I was asking everybody, like, who has a hole in their pocket? Because it was like a nickel, a quarter, a dime, another nickel, another quarter. And I just started stacking them like on a ledge. Like I just started picking them up and stacking them on this ledge. I think it was like 4 or 5 coins. And I just started stacking them, and they were just everywhere. And they were not there. We were there for 3 days. They were not there on night 1. Night 2, they were not there when we started. Halfway through the investigation, these coins were randomly appearing. So I don't necessarily believe that finding a coin could be a deceased loved one. Or let me rephrase that. I don't think it's solely set to only be from a deceased loved one. I think it falls under the category of signs from beyond. Okay. I don't think it's necessarily, if you find a coin, it's got to be your deceased grandma or your deceased dad or mom or brother or sister. I think it is a way for the spirit realm to communicate through to us. So we also need to be mindful of that, because why, I mean, I could get real deep into this. Like, why is the spirit realm only leaving silver? And that could be, a topic for another day.
But none of those coins are silver.
So, well, I mean, a silver colored coin. I mean, there was no pennies left. It was all silver colored coin, a nickel, a quarter. I don't think it was a dime. I think it was nickels and quarters. Might be a random spirit showing and that's where I'm going with that. So again, I think that if you are paying attention to signs from deceased loved ones, I think you need to factor in how you feel when these signs are around. If you see a coin, or you see the butterfly, or you see, in my case with my mom, Sean can tell you, every time I see a dragonfly, I say, "Hi, Mom." That's my mom's thing. I don't see them very often. I talk to dragonflies. That's what I do. That's my comfort. Most of the time the dragonfly comes, looks at me in my face, and leaves, which is so like my mother. If you guys knew her when she was alive, she would, say what she had to say and go on about her business. To me, that's a sign from my deceased loved ones. But I mean, I don't know. I've always looked at them as signs from spirits in general. I think a loved one, especially if it's the same coin, or you see some sort of important date over and over when you find them. That's a good point. I like that. That's why I figured you were more versed in this than me. And for those of you that don't know, Rhonda Harris is a psychic medium. And so I do rely a lot on Rhonda Harris for some knowledge into the spiritual realm, because she is definitely more connected in that aspect. But I do think that overall, if we have loved ones, they are watching over us. I do 100% believe in guardian angels. I think they are in form of our deceased loved ones. I do. And I mean, that's personal belief. Everybody might not believe that. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
So,
thanks for joining in.
The next quick topic that I wanted to cover, that kind of concludes that one. Well, Sean wanted to cover. Carrie and I just saw a dragonfly in the yard yesterday. Wish we knew it was your mom. Yeah, say hi. Say hi, Courtney's mom. Her name was Brenda. Yep. I popped in to say hi and hit the like. You're the bomb, Andy. Thanks.
Hey, we appreciate it. Thank you.
I agree. I think we have guardians assigned at birth, and our ancestors and loved ones. You are correct. Lord knows my guardian angels stay stressed out, but they are here, guys. They are here. Because there is a whole lot of situations that they have pulled me out of. So toast to them with my pink Yeti. But there's a topic that Sean wanted to talk on, guys. So I'm going to let him go ahead and have at it.
Well, I wasn't, but Bedford Paranormal was approached with a question I thought was pretty interesting. Are locations itself actually haunted, or do the spirits of that location make the location haunted? And I know that's a wild question, but let it sink in. Is the actual location is what's haunted, or do the spirits of the location make that particular location haunted? So before we get into that, think about it for a second. And a lot of people might say, "Huh?" or "Is that confusing?" But I think it's a really good question, and it's kind of been sitting. I've been sitting here thinking about it for a few days now, and I'm gonna have to say it's a combination of both or either or. I've always wondered, when people like to go to these investigations, they like to go to the places where brutal, I don't know what words you're allowed to say on social media.
Unalivings.
Unaliving.
Unalivings.
That sounds so stupid. These people, I need to create a social media platform where you can say whatever the hell you want.
Oh, there's a couple out there.
Because it's stupid. But where you go to these brutal things.
Brutal crimes. Just say brutal crimes. Or tragedies.
I would think that if I was a spirit, I would not want to go where the worst thing in the world ever happened to me was. I would like to go back to a place in time where I was the happiest.
But what if you can't leave?
But who says you can or can't, though?
But what if you can't? That's what I'm saying. What if,
I don't think it's a restriction on you.
But what if there is?
What if there isn't?
There might not be. I'm just asking. I'm asking.
I don't think there's a restriction on you unless you're in, HE double hockey sticks. I personally don't think that there's a restriction on somebody. I mean, it might be. I don't know. We don't know until we're in that situation. But I always think that I would never want to be somewhere where something terrible. I believe residual energy might be at a location like that. But those of you who investigate, the worst investigation to go to is one where there's residual haunting. That's terrible because you don't know when and what time something's going to happen. It just happens. And if you catch it, you're lucky. So I would want to go somewhere where the best memories I have. I want to go where I came home to celebrate winning a championship or losing my virginity or something.
Oh my God.
That's where I want to be. I don't want to be somewhere where but if you're in a state like Virginia,
you're in the wrong religion. You needed to be promised like 70 virgins.
So but in Virginia, there's not a spot of land where bloodshed hasn't happened at. So I mean, the land itself is haunted. We don't know who we're communicating with. I think it's so funny, unless you really do possess the skill of being a medium of some sort, you really have no idea who you're talking to.
Cough, Rhonda Harris.
Like, you don't. When we're out here investigating, a lot of people like to come and tell me, I just connected with so-and-so, and she told me A, B, C, and D. I'm like, how the hell do you know that?
Well, let me ask you this question. What makes a location haunted?
You asking me?
Yeah. Or better yet, you guys drop it in the comments. What makes a location haunted?
In my opinion, again, if I pass away, let's say I don't know I'm gone yet. We don't know how long it takes for a spirit to process that they passed away. I've heard stories where a spirit has communicated with a person and said, I never knew I was gone.
All right. So Daryl said if a person themselves leaves an everlasting imprint on the location, that'll make it active. If the land is haunted by the spirits.
Yeah.
What if you wanted to stay there to give a message like who unalived you or how you passed or something like that? Until you do that, you can't or don't want to leave. Rhonda says, or is it actually a fragment of your soul lost during the trauma that is the haunting? So maybe you're haunting the place of trauma and your favorite place. I'm going to say this word all wrong because I know I mispronounce it, but shamans believe any traumatic event causes pieces of your soul to fragment from the whole.
I mean, that's all possible. Like, I'm not saying that I don't believe that spirits would haunt a place where something traumatic happened. It's the what if theory. I don't know because I haven't been unalived yet in a traumatic way at a location.
You keep messing with me.
All I'm saying is,
wait, there's too many witnesses.
When I go look for a place to investigate, I like looking up the history of the place itself. I like looking up the history of the land, what's happened around the land. I'll give you an example.
That's a good question for you.
I'll bring up a location, but let's see. But would you want to haunt your favorite place? Absolutely. I would love to.
I would love to haunt the beach. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Just stick my spirit on the beach with the cold drink in my hand.
But I'll bring up a location. I'll bring up a location. Cabin on the 360. I'll bring it up. So Cabin on the 360, most teams go there to investigate one thing, that one negative incident that happened. That's all I ever hear about. The one incident. But there are several things that's happened on that land. You've got Native American. You've got apparently the Civil War.
A battle that happened like 4 miles up the road.
That happened, or a battle that's happened around it. You've got all kind of stuff going on in that area. So why do we only go and focus on one thing?
Bye, Cody.
When I see, all right, Cody, thanks for tuning in, brother. Appreciate it. But like, just for example, the Sandusky house. Yes. I know for a fact the Battle of Lynchburg happened in 1864. I know that and I'm not saying nothing bad about the Cabin on 360. Great location. Contact Dennis Eslott. Get your booking in. I'm gonna plug them in there. I'm not saying nothing bad about it. So before anybody wants to get the drama started in this field, like people love to do, not saying nothing bad about the location. Great location. And Rhonda, you heard me say it. I'm not saying anything bad about any location. I'm just making a point here. So I'll throw in the location I'm hosting at. Sandusky House. I know in 1864 that it was a Civil War battle in Lynchburg going on. That was a federal headquarters. He came away from the cookout. Welcome, Brother Ronnie.
And we're gonna be live for a few more minutes.
I also noticed the land was purchased from Thomas Jefferson. I know that there was slaves there. I know that land is very old. It was here in 1808. So I noticed all kind of stuff that's happened there. I know other events that happened there. I'm not gonna put too much in the public because if you happen to come investigate it, I know.
So,
well, what's the definition of haunting, though?
Haunting is a ghost or spirit that is able to manifest itself at a place regularly, or a place frequented by a specific person or a group of people. If you're saying like, I'm going to a haunted location.
Right. So by definition of haunt, I would manifest myself at whatever my favorite location would be. If that clears that up, Carl.
But if you can't travel, how would you choose? I mean, yeah. All right, Robert, I might sound weird or just out there. I feel like there's another universe out there that, like yours, have people doing the same thing we're doing and think we're the spirits, like what we think are spirits here.
And Robert, that's a great point too. Yeah. And I've talked about that.
And I'm with Rhonda on this.
I've talked about that when there was a movie like that. What if we don't know the spirit?
What if we're the ghost to the spirit?
What if they're looking at us like this house was occupied? We live in a haunted house. So at one time, this house was occupied by a guy who loved this house.
Ghosts are real. Changed my mind.
I could tell by the way this house has additions and the way it's built that the guy loved the house. Suppose he's still here and he's looking at me like, what in the world is this big black dude doing walking through my house in his underwear at 3 o'clock in the morning, going to the refrigerator?
Yeah, exactly.
We could be the spirits to them. But they made a movie like it was a great movie, and I wish I could remember it and find it. I watched it at work one night.
And you haven't been able to find it since?
And they've never been able. I was busy working, so I couldn't. I was doing my notes.
I'm doing paralearning courses. Yep.
So I can't remember it.
So I'm going to hit you guys with a little bit of facts about what makes a location haunted, and then we can wrap it up, and we'll leave you guys with a cliffhanger.
But everybody had great input. All the paranormal guys. That's why I love this chat, because everybody says some great stuff. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So there are several things that go into a place that is thought to be haunted. Okay. So you have psychological explanations, you've got environmental and cultural factors, and then you have perceived energy.
What's the definition of energy?
Don't do this.
What is it?
It's energy.
What is the definition?
Don't do this to me.
The ability to do work.
He's wanting me to give a dictionary definition. It's not happening.
It's the ability to do work.
Okay, well, I'm doing work right now. All right. So, psychological explanations. You have the power of suggestion. So people who believe in the paranormal or have an expectation of seeing something spooky are more likely to interpret events as supernatural. So if I put it in your head that this place is haunted, you're going to go in there and in your head, you're going to think it's haunted. Okay. Fear of the unknown. Humans are naturally apprehensive about what they don't understand, and this fear can lead to unease and a heightened sense of fear in places that are dark, quiet, or abandoned. A lot of this can be misperceived as feeling like it's haunted. Okay. Then you have cognitive bias. The brain can misinterpret sensory input or fill in gaps in information, which leads to the perception of ghostly apparitions where there are none, i.e., in the dark, you're more likely to see things that are not there. He just gave you the name of the movie, The Others, with Nicole Kidman.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Carl.
He's been literally asking about this for years.
Hey, you're a lifesaver here.
Okay. Environmental and cultural factors. Tragic history. This touches on, like you said, the cabin. Buildings with a history of violent deaths, accidents, or other tragic events are often believed to be more susceptible to hauntings, according to research. Storytelling and legends. Compelling stories, even if it's not based on fact, can make any place feel haunted. The accumulation of these narratives over time adds to mystery and fear surrounding a location. So then it would go hand in hand with the psychological factor upstairs. You've heard these legends for so long, so you believe it may be haunted. Then you have atmospheric cues. Features such as the architecture. Is it an old Gothic or old Victorian style home that just has that spooky feel with old wooden stairs, portraits on the wall? They create just a spooky ambiance and reinforce the feeling that the place is haunted. Okay. Then Sean's favorite ability to do work, perceived energy. You have residual energy and then spirits and souls. So your residual energy in paranormal belief systems, residual energy refers to negative emotions or the imprint of traumatic events like an unaliving or graping, which are believed to be recorded by the atmosphere and replay the events over and over again. Hence, and I'm going to keep using the cabin as an example because a lot of people here help me across the spirit box, hear the disembodied screams and things like that at the cabin due to the tragedy that happened on location. Okay. So a lot of that is residual imprint of the traumatic event. All right. Then spirit and souls. Many cultural and religious belief states that the essence of a deceased person's spirit or soul will linger in a place where their memories and energy were strong, particularly if they had unfinished business or trauma. There is a lot of places, and my most favorite thing to talk about is if a young woman is unalived or a young woman passes away unexpectedly, say during childbirth, and she has other children. At that point, she has unfinished business. As a woman, with our nurturing instincts, we are there to care for our children. So if we pass away when we're young, when we have kids, when our kids are still growing up and they're not old enough to be on their own, naturally, instinctually, our spirit is going to linger to ensure the safety and well-being of those children and make sure that they're being cared for properly. Okay. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. I think Carrie is haunted sometimes. You hear me, Sean?
Hey, Carl's a lifesaver, man.
All right. I believe every step we've taken could be haunted. A specific location, yeah, but everywhere we walk or visited, someone has died. I'm just saying.
Especially in Virginia.
Okay. And that is true. There was, they say you pass by X amount of murderers in your lifetime or something like that. So how many spirits do we encounter in our lifetime? And we would never know it.
That's terrible.
So
That means I'm getting out the shower.
And there, yeah. For a really long time, Sean said, we live in a haunted house. That's not a secret. And this is what I'm going to leave you guys with. For a really long time, I would be in the shower and I would hear Sean yelling my name. And now I'm yelling back, like, what? Like, what do you want? Because it was this booming, I call it his dad voice. And I'm thinking, like, you're bothering me and I'm in the shower. What do you need? And he wouldn't be there. Or, I don't know where he would be. You would be like out and about running errands, and I would think you would just come home and start yelling my name, and you wouldn't be there. So, yeah, infinite amount. What you're saying, it all breaks down to physiological, most of it, according to research. But I did touch on the residual. I think most of it is residual. That's what we're talking about, Mom, the history in our home. We passed by 36 serial killers in a lifetime. Is it 36? I'm going to Google this. Let's see. And then we'll wrap it up. How many serial killers? Ooh. Yep. Ronnie's dead on it. Good job with Google, Ronnie. All right.
He did that at the cookout.
Exactly. While he was at the cookout, he found this out. Yes. So according to the New York Post and various other posts, they suggest the average person unknowingly crosses paths with a serial killer approximately 36 times in their lifetime.
A serial unaliver.
Okay. Pass by. You could be standing in the grocery store behind a serial unaliver. Think of how many humans have lived and passed us before. Where are they all at? There isn't that many cemeteries. We've had that discussion on this podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of bodies, not a whole lot of cemeteries.
McDonald's is steady producing hamburgers.
Oh, do not put that out there.
There's not that many cows.
But
just saying.
This is why we continue to do research, guys, because we really don't have an answer. We don't have a definitive answer. I am 100% with Robert. I think there is another universe out there, another dimension. If I was living in that other dimension, I would be shaking my head in shame right now. But here we are. Because we, as a human race, are wilding out.
Your hair is wilding out. Right?
My hair is wilding out. I don't know.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Why is it floating up like that?
I don't know. Chicken nuggets.
Why don't all chicken nuggets taste the same?
Stop! You guys are putting this in my head. If you put it in my head, I won't eat there anymore. I know you are not talking with this dome, this melon. Okay, this is a whole cantaloupe. Lord. All right. Guys, we need to wrap it up because we got a case we got to get to. We will be live on TikTok between 9 and 9:30. Y'all make sure you tune in. We appreciate all the input. Ryan, we love you. I'm sorry we are late, but at 9 o'clock, y'all go to...
We're not late, we're early.
Well, we were early. Yeah, you're late. Y'all go 9 o'clock. Tune into the freaking awesome paranormal show on the Rift Nation Network. They got an awesome guest tonight. Stop, you guys. Stop it, Ronnie. I'm going to make my own chicken nuggies. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you. Ryan, we love you. We love you. We'll be live on TikTok, 9 o'clock. Between 9 and 9:30. So, again, guys, I'm Courtney. Who are you?
I'm Sean.
Zuko, do you want to say bye? Come on.
Come here, Zuko.
Come on, buddy.
Come say bye to everybody.
Come on, buddy. Come on up here. There's Zook.
There's Zuko. Say bye.
Say bye. Okay. All right. Guys, I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we are Hill City Paranormal. We'll see you
on the other side.